The call has gone out, adventurers are needed. On the edge of the kingdom, rumors of chaos chime. So gather your steel, your spellbook, your courage, the Borderlands away. From the keep where the lanterns burn low, past the old road where the brambles still grow, steel on my hip and a map in my hand, I walked into tales I could scarce understand. The caves, they were whispering deep in the trees, with goblins and worse riding fast on the breeze. But the thrill in my chest was too strong to ignore, so I knocked on the dark and kicked open the door. Raise your blade, let the wild winds roar. We were lads with no clue what our steel was for, but we fought, we bled, and we swore we'd return, with gold in our packs and the wisdom we'd earned. We were young, we were bold, and we left in the dark, out from the keep, chasing the spark. There were signs in the stone and the chanting of air, candles that flickered though no soul was there. We went for the silver, we stayed for the sound of whispers and wonders below the ground. Something was watching behind all those eyes, but we never looked back, and we never asked why. Raise your blade, let the wild winds roar. We were lads with no clue what our steel was for, but we fought, we bled, and we swore we'd return, with gold in our packs and the wisdom we'd earned. We were young, we were bold, and we laughed in the dark, out from the keep, chasing the spark. So raise one for those who never returned, and light a small flame for the lessons we learned, out from the keep where legends are born, and the road rolls on, ever forlorn.
time to play.
Greetings. Welcome to From the Hilt. This program may contain mature content. Viewer discretion is advised. Please enjoy the show. We may get a little loud.
Where is Tiger? Well, she is here.
I am here.
Welcome to RPG Takes. This is going to be our 5th episode. We were supposed to do this last month, but things took a turn. Now, we have reviewed this one. I have personally reviewed this module on the channel before. Keep on the Borderlands B1. It was one of the original D&D for the BECME basic D&D game. But what we're going to do here tonight, instead of reviewing it, is we have invited some of our players who have played with us to discuss the game and how much fun or how much fun they didn't have playing the game.
Oh, we had fun.
Whatever they want to say. But before we do that, I want to get us into what Keep on the Borderland is. So I got a couple little videos I'm going to play, but we'll get into the intros. But we've got I've got 4 out of 6 of my last group that played with us here tonight to talk about Keep on the Borderlands and their experience with it. So, and then we'll say hi to everybody else as well in the chat, because we've got quite a few people in the chat. So let's jump right into this and check out Keep on the Borderlands. Now, I'm going to play you my original tribute video, and it'll take us right in.
The call has gone out.
Okay, that's not my original one.
This module includes a cover folder with maps and a complete description booklet to form a ready-made scenario for Dungeons & Dragons basic set. It has been specifically designed for use by beginning dungeon masters so that they may begin play with a minimum of preparations. You have traveled for many days, leaving the realm and entering into the wilder area of the Borderlands. Farms and towns have become less frequent and travelers few. The road has climbed higher as you enter the forested and mountainous country. You now move up a narrow, rocky track. A sheer wall of natural stone is on your left, the path falling away to a steep cliff on the right. There is a small widening ahead, where the main gate to the keep is. The blue-clad men-at-arms, who guard the entrance, shout at you to give your names and state your business. All along the wall you see curious faces peering down at you, eager to welcome new champions of law, but ready with crossbow and pole arm to give another sort of welcome to enemies. The forest you have been passing through has been getting more dense, tangled, and gloomier than before. The thick, twisted tree trunks, unnaturally misshapen limbs, writhing roots, clutching and grasping thorns and briars all seem to warn and ward you off, but you have forced and hacked your way through regardless. Now the strange growth has suddenly ended. You have stepped out of the thicket into a ravine-like area. The walls rise rather steeply, to either side to a height of about 100 foot or so, dark, streaked rock mingled with earth. Clumps of trees grow, here and there, both on the floor of the ravine and up the sloping walls of the canyon. The opening you stand in is about 200 foot wide. The ravine runs at least 400 foot west, actually 440, to where the western end rises in a steep slope. Here and there, at varying heights on all sides of the ravine, you can see the black mouths of cave-like openings in the rock walls. The sunlight is dim, the air dank. There is an oppressive feeling here, as if something evil is watching and waiting to pounce upon you. There are bare, dead trees, here and there, and upon one a vulture perches and gazes hungrily at you. A flock of ravens rise croaking from the ground, the beat of their wings and their cries magnified by the terrain to sound loud and horrible. Amongst the litter of rubble, boulders, and deadwood scattered about on the ravine floor, you can see bits of gleaming ivory and white. Closer inspection reveals that these are bones and skulls of men, animals, and other things. You know that you have certainly discovered the caves of chaos.
Yeah, in regards to those little crowns, I turned them off. I don't know why they're on there again. We'll try to ignore them. It's something YouTube's doing right now to rate your chat and how good your chat is or whatever. Our chat's all equal. So we're gonna say hello to my players one at a time here. We'll start with the Good Twin.
Oh, I was reading Guitar Off the Cuffs, Reasons for Chatting.
No, it's all good.
We are number one.
You can stay number one, David. That is awesome.
What happened to your lovely icon?
What do you mean what happened to my lovely icon? It's right there.
No, it's
Wow, a very pretty icon of a vague human shape.
Okay, it's on mine.
Yeah, it's not on the regular.
Here.
Well, that works. Oh, there we go.
Well, all right, there we
I
go.
have no idea why it shut off.
So this is the tiger. For those of you who don't know,
I am the tiger. Meowdy meowdy. I put my character name on there that I was playing in that module.
well, tiger. Would you like to say hello to this person?
I would like to say hello to Guitar Off the Cuff, David S.
So keep on the
He
Borderlands.
is number one. I can't speak. He is number one on the chart for whatever reason.
All right.
Anyway, sorry.
Tell everybody who you're playing. I mean,
I am playing. Okay, well, in this particular game, I'm playing this cute little axolotl man. He has a twin. My twin's name is Cat. We are the Kit Kat brothers, and we're both axolotls, obviously. My brother, however, is not purple. My brother is pink, and is generally played by Red. But Red did not want to jump in the chat, but that's okay because he's still wearing the cone of shame. Just kidding, Red. If you're listening, I love you.
all right. So let's switch over to Jake. And
Hello.
before you jump on and shout out, you want to say hello to this person.
Hello, Jess.
Good
It's
to
a
see
pleasure to see you in our
Good to see
chat.
you. Good to have you here. So we'll just everybody gets a turn to say hi to somebody new.
All right. Well, anyway, I'm Jake Pendragon. And the character I played for this module is a rhino man by the name of Brug Stonehorn. And he is this mountain of a man who is a smith. So he is all about making weapons, armor, all that stuff.
You were a black rhino, aren't you?
A what rhino?
Black.
I don't know. I didn't specify which
I
species of
believe it
rhino.
was you were a gray rhino.
Yeah, I think I was gray.
Oh, was it just gray? Okay.
All right. Look at this. We got Luna Songbird. Luna Songbird.
salutations.
Salutation. Would you like to say
Yeah,
hello
not a lot of
bird?
people say salutations anymore. So I thought
No,
it'd be
I
fun.
like that one. I like salutations and greetings. Can you
Hey,
give?
did you use a warhammer?
Yeah. I play
don't think you heard
hardcore.
No, I was talking to Jake. Sorry, I'll put it in the chat.
Who is actually not a person from the world of Lenharrow, but actually a character from one of the books I've been writing, which I am working on my next one.
Well, if you
I'm
can
close to
find
halfway through the
link,
first draft, actually.
You can post it in the chat on the YouTube if you want. It doesn't work if you post it in here in the StreamYard, but if you post it on the YouTube, while it's live, the link will post and people can just go right to your book. So you can do that.
Okay, I'll be sure to do that.
Can you say hello to Kenneth Bird
The
for me?
whole thing.
Songbird.
What?
Can you say hello to Kenneth Bird for me?
Hi, Kenneth.
It's good to have you with us, Ken.
Did you skip Rudini?
I have not skipped Rudini because Ken was here first.
Oh, was he?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So, and then we have a new player to our group, just all together, and that is Blake, our friend Blake. How you doing, Blake?
Hey, I'm nervous wreck, but I'll be fine.
You don't have to be nervous. I will say hello to Ray for you.
Just pretend
Rudini in the
we're
house,
all sitting in our living room, just chilling and chatting.
and that we have a few people, chilling with us. because that's pretty much all we have today is 4 people chilling with us, which is cool.
Jake is not answering my private chat.
Oh, you have a private chat?
Um,
Okay.
I saw the private chat. So continue, Blake. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Blake.
I don't know what to say.
You don't have to say anything. Just hello is good enough. And who did you play in the game?
What's it? Main wolf man named Kawa who rides a giant hummingbird.
A Maine wolf man. A Maine wolf is a very unique type of wolf. It's pretty cool.
They have like spaghetti.
Yeah.
They're super weird.
Yes, they do have spaghetti arms, legs. I mean.
I won't put you on the spot anymore, Blake. We'll just have everybody pop up here, say hello, and we're all here. This was the group that played. We had also Ben in that group, Mr. Fluffy Dog, if you will, and Red Power Ranger Fan 27 played in the first couple of sessions, but not the third and fourth. We played 4 times on the weekend. It's been a lot of fun. We actually started a new adventure last year, but that was Saturday before last, because last Saturday was 4th of July, so we took that week off. All right. Does anybody have anything they want to shout out or add real quick?
I have just rendered something interesting.
What's up, Soup?
Zilla.
Oh, it's Superior Cyber Godzilla.
It is.
Na.
Hey, Zilla. You just rendered something?
I did.
Okay.
For Jake. Here you go, Jake.
Oh, that's cool.
Hey, there's Brug.
Yeah, that's very cool.
You
Yeah,
like?
sitting around the table, I don't use, the props I use
Thought it
on
was cute with his
on a
smile.
live stream. Look at this. We got a cool gamer in the house, too. Hey,
Hello,
cool.
cool gamer.
Hello, cool gamer.
What's with that weird icon next to his wrench? What is that?
That means that he is also a member on our channel.
Yeah, that's his member
Which
badge.
gives you the opportunity to say, hey, we are members. We have a membership thing available, and then people can do that if they want to support the channel, or do super chats if they wish to support us, because that's how we roll.
I feel like I've asked that question before.
Go ahead.
I apologize if I have.
Post this for you, Dawn, in the chat. The link I just posted on the YouTube. That is for Luna Songbird's new novel that she put out, so please check it out.
Yeah,
No,
it's been out for a couple
not.
months now. Also, just be sure to get yourself a copy. It's my first book, and I have more I'm writing on the way.
Yes.
Okay. How do I bump David out of #1? I don't know how that works. Jess.
Putting more words in the chat.
Yeah, probably. I really don't. And I think that's a level up system anyway. So the higher
Is it a level up system? I don't know.
Barnes and
I
Noble.
mean, the entire point of it is just to drive engagement
Right here, play with
Ah.
it.
up, because people with YouTube tend to just have a live stream playing in the background, no activity whatsoever. So it's supposedly supposed to help out the
character you
streamer.
played is from that book, then. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, well, it's from a different series entirely, actually. Has nothing to do with the first book I wrote, but everything to do with the books I am writing in the future.
Okay, cool. Cool.
Awesome.
But you're like giving yourself a preview of your own character.
Yes, I am giving everybody a preview of a future character.
Cool. That's awesome. Okay, so
Jake, I sent you an email.
a couple of things I want to do before we get into our roundtable discussion on everything that went down over the past month and a half. I redid the Keep on the Borderlands tribute, but I'm going to play that at the end. And so I think I've covered everything. So, all right. What I wanted to talk about, though, is Keep on the Borderlands. Hey, thank you, Jess. Look at this. Jess gave us
Oh, thank you so much, Jess.
Jess. And she's, everybody's got their nice little wrenches.
I don't want your cookies.
why is it Luna does not have a wrench?
Say hi to Red.
We're gonna fix that. Luna now has a wrench, and it. I don't think Blake has chatted in the chat yet. You're welcome to participate in the chat if you like to, Blake. Yeah, okay. Ray's like, what? You spent my dollar? It gave her points. Oh, I see how that works. I kind of like that.
Oh, okay.
All right. So this particular module, Keep on the Borderland. I have props. Let's put some up here. This is the original cover. Actually, I think there was an older cover, but this is the only one I think they've ever actually released. I could be wrong on that because a lot of the original modules had monochrome covers, is what they call them, something along that nature. And this came with the original D&D box set for the basic expert style of gameplay. They expanded on that later. It had basic, expert, companion, masters, and immortal, and they called that system BECMI altogether. And they compiled that in the 90s in a book, a massive hardback book called A Rule Cyclopedia, which is very cool. But
we have a Mage's Musings in the chat.
Do we really? Well, hello, Sean. Good to see you. Anyway, this is probably the most played. No, I'm not dismissing Sean being here. Sean is awesome. Check out Mage's Musings. Sorry, my brain was continuing. This is the back cover, and then I've got these parts blown up because I really like the old artwork that they had. But like I said, it was probably one of the most played adventures of any of the old school gamers. I've played it multiple times. I've ran it multiple times. I have now ran it twice with the Lenharrow rules, and it plays really well with any rule system. I should think with just a little bit of modification. So
I think so.
All right, and now that's my 2 cents on it. So this is like an open discussion now. So have at it. Talk about how we started the game and this time and what you guys did.
I believe you started us each with our own beginning coming into the castle town.
Yes.
Yeah, he did.
Yes, we all came in for our own reasons and purposes, and
Yeah.
came together by virtue of, hey, we all wanted to go on this adventure for the Castellan.
Let's run it. The basic rules. Yes, I kind of agree with Sean. He says, I think it's the most played adventure simply by virtue of coming with the box set. I agree. Originally, though, the box set came with In Search of the Unknown, which did have the monochrome cover. I don't have the newer cover, but In Search of the Unknown was a pretty cool adventure. But it was a simple
silver edition of these, or
it was a simple basic module. What's that?
Didn't we have a silver edition of these?
Yes, I do have the Return to the Keep on the Borderlands, which kind of cropped it down, and I prefer the original, to be honest. I mean, it added some nice stuff, and you know, I do have the that stuff, the images and stuff from that. If I can get them to post in here, and I can show some of the artwork from the Return to the Keep on the Borderlands as well.
Hey, Logan, are you gonna back up Rodini's claim, him, or what?
What's his claim? I missed
He
it.
says he thinks Isle of Dread came with the expert set.
It did, yes. The Isle of Dread came with the expert set. Also, one of a very extensively played adventure. Oh, look at Jess. She's outdoing herself. She's trying to level. Thank you, Jess.
Rock and roll.
It turned red. You guys see that? It turned red.
It did turn red. What is that?
The Isle of Dread, yeah, it definitely came with the expert set.
Jess is in
Didn't
red.
come with the box in Oz. I don't know what you're referring to. But anyway, I started this very differently than I normally do for this group.
Oh yes, this one was very different. The Castellan was kind of pompous this time.
Well, yeah, you can always run those different. They don't have names, at least not in the original. I don't know if they named them in the second.
I'm like, did he does he normally come as this roly-poly guy, or is that just how you ran him?
That's
this
just how
time?
I ran it. You can run them however you want. That's the beauty of it. Let me see here. Here's the cover to Return to Keep on Borderlands.
There you go.
Sweet.
And then, you know, of course, we had all sorts of fun. Now, the coolest part about Keep on the Borderlands is this right here.
Now, I have a question. Is Return of the Keep on the Borderlands a different module?
No, it is a different adventure, but it's based off the same one, and it's run off the same maps.
So,
It's an updated version that supposedly happens, I think, 20 years later.
too bad, because I'm like wondering, could we run that game?
We could. I could run it as is. It's something I'd have to wait and run a little later for you guys. It's
Obviously, we're
basic
still
adventure, though.
beginning characters.
Right.
Yeah, Ray's he'll get it back. But anyway, yeah, we're Sean, if you're still with us, we're just discussing our take on it this time. This time go round.
How we ran. So my twin became drinking buddies with Jake's character Brug.
Yes.
In
And
the
that was
tavern.
lovely.
Bro,
And I have called him the beer man ever since.
the beer man.
Beer man.
That or the drunkard, some variation of that.
Yes, and Luna Songbird is obsessed with finding this magic fruit.
Now, Mage's Musing has
Oh, that has its own backstory, though.
That's true. That's true. Mage's Musing has run this adventure extensively and has done a recap on his channel. And you guys in his game, they spent a lot of time in the tavern.
We did. We actually spent
For the
quite a
first
bit.
time me running it, the players actually spent a lot of time in the tavern this time. So.
We did.
Yeah,
we stayed-
typically
stayed in the
we-
tavern and had a good time.
Yeah. You shall reclaim your front. How's dinner coming along?
So we got to know each other a little bit in the
You
tavern.
don't know? What were you up there for?
None of us knew that we were going to go on the adventure because it wasn't until the next morning when people showed up to go that we knew.
Oh, that's neat, Mage's Musings.
Run a few times over the years. My current playthrough is played by Wes March's style. So there's a lot of time spent at the keep. Wes March's is a style of gameplay that basically is very sandboxy and wants you to explore the world around you. It's an interesting style of play.
Okay.
Cool.
Fascinating.
I'm pretty sure Wes March's has like a website and you can check it out. And it's just a style of gameplay.
All right.
Nice.
Heard of it, I've never played it. That's why my knowledge on it is very
Well, Lenharrow style is very sandboxy too. Like we
Yeah,
didn't
but
have
it's
to go on the
sandboxy
adventure.
that's geared more towards role play rather than world exploration.
I think Wes March's is kind of a combination of all of that.
Whoever likes mosquitoes, Jess? Nobody ever goes, oh look, mosquitoes, I'm gonna go run into the middle of them. I love
I think
them.
most people agree that mosquitoes suck.
Yeah. Unless they're your favorite snack.
We actually have a story about our next adventure, but we should concentrate on this one first.
Yeah.
Yeah, funny enough, this group was the first time I ever played Keep on the Borderlands or any kind of Dungeons & Dragons module ever. So this this was an experience for me.
Yep. It's a lovely experience. I love the... Oh.
Go ahead.
I said I love the first time I played it, but I also really enjoyed how we did it this time. It was actually really fun.
It was so fun, but this was the hardest thing I've ever played.
It was chaotic too.
Oh, it was.
Why don't you guys talk a little bit about that?
Okay, so when we decided
I swallowed a man!
You did swallow a man!
And from that point onward, Kit has called Luna's character the Barbarian,
No,
Yeah.
savage.
Yep.
the Savage. Either way,
He's
same
a
diff.
savage. Anyways, so when we take off, the Castellan decides to send us. I'm not sure if he's a babysitter or maybe just a guy who is going to report our death to him. I'm not really sure. Why are we being surrounded by freaking mosquitoes? Why?
Because Jess said she doesn't like them.
Now, Blake, you can jump in here wherever you want, or just hang back and listen. You can throw your 2 cents in, but let's not. This is Blake's first live, so let's encourage them and help them get into it and let them understand that it's just us hanging out.
Yeah, I'll be fine later on. I just need to kind of hang back usually to get used to how things run.
No words.
Just learn boundaries.
It's fine. We can tell you're part of the story too.
There you go, David.
Yeah, you swallow one guy and you get labeled.
Yep.
We have a
That's exactly what happened.
We
Okay.
have a reputation. Make one kid cry.
So, anyways, he sends us with a soldier. I'm not sure if it's because we had a bunch of nobles with us, or what exactly the reason was for the. I honestly, I think he sent us this soldier to do one of two things, because the soldier that went with us had some tood, like serious tood. So either he was trying to get rid of the soldier, or just have him come with us to report that we got killed. I don't know.
Christopher Works wants to cast Fireball. Hey, Chris.
Yes, Christopher Works.
It works.
Not sure. There was
Yeah,
many
I think it was to
fireballs
get
in
rid
this
of him
one.
for a bit. He was giving everyone lip when we showed up, so
He totally
there
was.
was that.
Anyways, so we also had another NPC with us, which was a nobleman, an older gentleman that clearly had never worn armor before in his life, because he
I had
wasn't
to help
wearing
fix up
his
his
armor.
weapons and
Yeah.
armor.
He wasn't wearing his armor properly. Good thing
I
we had a
helped fix
smith
him
with
up,
us.
so.
Bob. The story of Bob. It's so tragic.
Good story of Bob.
Ah!
Darkness just puked.
Oh, I hope Darkness is okay.
Oh no.
Not Jake. Blake. Just so you know,
Why is the most
Darkness-
endearing character always named Bob?
I don't know. That's just his general name that he gives when he can't think of it. Anyways, Darkness is the name of a tuxedo cat that Rudini takes care of.
He befriended at his work, and over a long period of time, finally,
Oh, I'm sorry, that cat's his.
they're like buds now.
Yeah, they're buds. They're work buddies. Him and this cat.
Yeah, that cat was very timid and scared at first. It was quite the progression over a long period of time on his channel. That's Darkness.
Yeah.
Ray, keep the updates coming. Yeah, please do. Bob is the coolest name. Come on now.
Anyways, when we decide to leave and go on this quest, we discover that my brother and I are riding on the back of giant lizards. Blake's character Kawa is riding on the back of a giant hummingbird, which we all imagine sounds like a helicopter.
What happened? Somebody pop out?
And Jake, something happened with Jake.
Oh, I'll pop back in.
Anyways, so the other characters thought maybe we should get horses.
Well, because there's some of you guys were walking.
Sorry about that. I bumped my mic's USB, and because that was the only thing I had connected to StreamYards, it was like, oh, this guy's basically not here.
Yeah.
No worries, we got you covered.
I could tell you how to make a flamethrower with household items, Jess, but it's dangerous, and
I don't suggest googling that.
Do not Google.
Yeah, I wouldn't suggest Luna's idea. You might blow yourself up.
But that is how you do it.
Yeah.
You could do it that way, but that's even more dangerous.
Yeah, it is.
That's how they did it in the B
getting a
movie.
creme brulee torch online.
That's how they did it in the B movie.
I think people have tried that, and it does work. However, I wouldn't recommend it because you could blow your hand off.
It won't be a house when you get home. No, right? So I agree. Anyway.
They sell them on Amazon for killing weeds. Seriously?
Topic takes should be known as off-topic takes.
Okay, hot topic wannabe.
So true. Anyways, I believe we ran into a miniature spider fort.
Oh,
on the
that was
road.
in the second session, not
The
the first session.
Yeah, that was the second session, was the spiders.
It was still part of this module, guys. I don't think we're separating from
Actually,
session to session.
everything I ran is an encounter in the module. I didn't have to make any extra stuff up. There's plenty in Keep on the Borderlands. I did, however, change that encounter to make it fit the scene.
Okay, so a spider encounter is part of the scene, but you made like this spider fort that was not.
Oh no, I made that part up. I expanded.
Okay. Yeah, so
And I may have given somebody that caught in the webs a concussion trying to get them out and make Shrek cotton candy.
Oh yeah, Shrek cotton candy.
So what exactly happened in that spider encounter, guys?
I think Paul was the one that told us that there were spiders in that. If we found like this, it was webbing, but we weren't sure what it was. It was just like this white stuff from tree to tree. And I believe Ka was the one who was up in the air, said, "Hey, there's spiders in there."
I
Spiders are
just
good
saw
reason
them
for fireballs.
immediately just threw a harpoon.
Yep.
Yes, that's right. You threw a harpoon at him.
Everything's a good reason for fireball. Your landlord, fireball. All those thieves, fireball. Your mother,
Your
fireball.
landlord, fireball.
Your
Your mother. I'm gonna kick you.
I'm just messing, Mom.
I'm gonna counter you with an ice spear up your ass.
It did not get this chaotic in the game.
That's a lie.
chaotic.
That is a bold-faced lie. Lie.
Hey, I kept you guys pretty much on target.
Oh, I forgot. We actually did visit the blacksmith.
The blacksmith. You guys went and saw the blacksmith.
We saw the black.
Oh yeah, he's where I got my hammer from.
A piece of a hammer.
I thought the hammer was loot.
Well, it's the
It
most
was
important
still
part.
fully
It was the hammer
functional as
part.
a hammer.
What was that, Blake?
I thought the hammer was loot from the.
No.
What was it?
Bought
was
the hammer
purchased.
initially, but they looted some of the parts of it elsewhere.
Yeah.
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 Three
It was
pieces.
still perfectly functional as a normal hammer.
Yeah.
It's what magic was just inactive.
It was thought to be a regular hammer.
I like to throw things in like that.
Yes.
I don't believe
I
the
like
hammer
to-
had anything to do with the module.
There were 4 parts altogether. The hammer itself, and then there were 2 parts of a gem ray, and then, then there was another piece that went on there.
Mhm.
Wow, flipping off the camera.
I would never do that, especially with one of my good buddies. I wouldn't do that.
There were 3 parts to the hammer.
Yeah, 3 parts. It had to have 4 parts for the story to work.
Okay. Well, so we ended up dealing with the spider issue on the road.
There was 2 black widow spiders that were nested together. And a lot of people see black widow spiders as solitary creatures. They are not.
That is incorrect.
They will live in community. Massive female black widow.
Actually incorrect.
So I think it's cool that the way we used to run things based on the way our original knowledge of things, because I would have only ever had 1 black widow spider, but because of
We would like to wish Mage's Musings a wonderful night.
yes, he's had enough of our madness. But thank you for showing up, Sean, and we appreciate you being here, buddy. And everybody, check out Mage's Musings channel. He's got a really good channel, so please check him out. And I'm going to give him a wrench because I forgot to do that. So it's good to see you, Sean.
Yes, you must give him a wrench.
Appreciate
Mage's
it.
Musings definitely deserves a wrench.
Woo!
So thank you for joining us, buddy. All right. So continue. I'm sorry. You defeated the spiders.
Yes.
Feel
Oh,
better.
I was just kidding. I was just kidding, Sean. It's all good, my friend. We're just saying good night.
Oh, migraines ain't nothing nice. You go ahead and nurse that. I
Night.
get those all the time.
Take it easy, bud. I hope your headache gets better. Cheers, buddy. Okay, spiders defeated. What then?
So we actually got to the cave.
He's on down the road?
He's on down the road. Muppet style. Come on now.
That wasn't
It
Muppet.
wasn't Muppets.
They did sing that song.
No, they did not.
Yes, they did.
No, that was
Thinking
He's
of
on
it
down
is
the
moving
road.
right along.
It's from The Wiz with Michael Jackson and
Okay.
I don't remember. What was that guy who played
I
the
seem
Tin
to
Man?
remember the Muppets singing "He's on Down the Road" too.
No, the Muppets were singing. Let me think here. It
Moving
was
right
On
along.
the Road
Moving
Again
right along.
and Moving Right Along. Yeah.
But it's all good either way. So continue.
Anyway, we made it to the Caves of Chaos.
No, you didn't.
What do you mean we didn't make it to
Something
the
that
Caves of
happened in
Chaos?
between. Remember? You guys saw this hill and this weird.
Oh
tower.
yeah.
Oh yeah, the tower that I wanted to go in, but everybody
The
curbed
Goblin
me.
Tower.
Which is not part of the module.
That's a good
Yeah,
thing we didn't do it.
I threw it as a future hook, or you guys could have encountered it right then. It would have been up to you.
Yeah, no.
I really wanted to go in there.
We were just supposed to be scouting, not.
Not attacking
I think-
everything in
I
sight.
think we very
But
much.
somebody had to go and get us caught.
Put the. Did you do the tater tots? Put the tater tots in. Yes.
All right, so
I'll keep cutting them.
continue.
So we found this tower full of goblinoids and we're not dealing with that right now because we're just scouting and we're not actually doing things. So then we made it to the Caves of Chaos.
Well, you guys spent the night in a place called the Hide first.
Oh yes,
which
the
is where a
hive.
bunch of
Connor
It's
got
like
led
this
to-
dome-shaped camping area.
Yeah, that they'd set up to scout out the caves of
Is that
chaos.
part of the module too?
No.
Okay, so this is a Logan thing.
I added a lot, yes, but I kept to the spirit of the original adventure.
So he gave us a nice, safe camping spot.
Just something
we
I
got
think.
attacked anyways. Didn't we get attacked by plants or something?
Mm,
Or is that a different game?
I don't know. Does anybody else remember being attacked by
I've not
plants?
been-
Did I have a
We have
dream?
not been attacked by
Oh,
plants.
you know what I was thinking of?
By plants.
No. I was
I'm pretty
thinking
sure that
of-
was another campaign.
No, that wasn't
That
a
wasn't
campaign
part
at
of-
all. No, this is a movie, guys. I'm sorry. This was what was it? Enemy Mine.
So before we get into
I don't know
that,
if anybody ever watched Enemy Mine, but there's a point where they were camping, and this tentacle thing came up out of the ground. Yeah, okay. my brain got interfered by a little bit
This
of reality.
is kind of our madness, Blake. So
Okay.
Stop.
if we scare you off, I'm sorry. We're just having fun.
I had never even heard of that movie before, so.
Enemy Mine is awesome.
It is an awesome movie. I totally agree. We did cover
Yeah,
that
I'm just
on
gonna.
Friday.
What's with the camel?
Did somebody mention a camel? What?
Oh,
has camel
okay.
emoji.
Oh,
I just
I'm
looked
sorry.
it up,
I am
and now
not
the
distracted
tentacle
right
makes
now.
sense.
I'm out of the chat.
Now the
so.
tentacle makes sense.
All right. So what happened after the hide?
I could've
We
sworn
went to
got
the Caves
attacked
of
by
Chaos.
Something in the hide.
That was after.
What?
So I remember flying through the top of the hole. Well, I didn't fly, but something.
Red, interrupt us.
No.
Red, interrupt us.
No.
Aw, come on, cat.
All right.
We love my chaotic brother who likes to slit people's throats invisibly.
Mhm.
It showed up when typing. The camel did.
Okay, I do remember there was before we went down to the Caves of Chaos, there was a group of, I think it was gnolls?
Yeah. Well, in Lenharrow, we call them Jacols.
Yeah.
But same thing. Same thing.
But they were patrolling, and we decided to hide and wait for them to go away.
Right.
Hey!
Two of you scouted out at night.
Interrupt us.
While the rest of you were sleeping, two of you went and scouted what was going on at night and found out a lot of good information for the rest of the group. If you recall.
I recall Red Interruptus.
Yep. I believe it was Red.
Join us,
Was one of the
but he
ones
does
that-
want to interrupt us.
Was Red the one scouting?
I think so.
Okay, enough.
Because he didn't he slept the whole day on the trip, so he was awake all night. While you guys, did your encounters and everything and had fun during the day, he was asleep all day. So, Jess says hi, Red, just so you know. All right, so what happened after the hide, guys?
We went to the Caves of Chaos.
Yeah, but how did you get there?
The caves.
You
The
walk.
caves. I flew.
I will take that thing and break it. That's what Jess
Okay.
said.
So, I think we waited till we saw nobody in the valley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we couldn't bring our mounts because we were going into a cave. And we picked the first cave, which we found out had goblins in it.
Yep. And we were trying to be all nice and sneaky about it, but then somebody stuck his head through a wall.
Well, that happened after you guys encountered a group. You went left first and
Mhm.
encountered one small group of goblins.
Yes, we encountered one small group of goblins, and they didn't want to talk to us, so they attacked us. That was our first. Well, not our first, but
And
First
that
the
was
group of goblins off to the right didn't hear that. They didn't notice it.
right. That was so weird. We were making all kinds of noise, but we found out they were making their own kind of noise.
Just like Winnie the Pooh. So what happened was they went over to the right, and these goblins were engaged in this weighty competition of punch for
They were playing Punch Buggy or whatever.
They would
Punch for punch.
punch for punch, and then what that is, if you don't know, is it's usually a bunch of thugs or bad guys. They'll play this game where one of them will punch the other one as hard as they can, and then if they don't get up, then that person wins. But if they get up,
Yeah.
they get to punch the other person back.
Yes.
Like the Krampus knocked game
It's a
in
Dreadnought
Red
game.
One.
Well, so
The Kool-Aid Man. No, that was a different game. But that was different.
Yeah.
So, Rug, our giant rhino man, decided he wanted to join in on the fun and play with the
Said, can I
goblins.
play?
So just like Winnie the Pooh, he popped his head in and said, "Can I play?"
Well, that's not the part where he popped his head in and started a bee's nest. But anyways, so he comes in and he says he wants to play. And the goblin, and we start a conversation with goblins, guys. This is our group. We start conversations with
that's
goblins.
The goblins.
Yeah, we're dumb.
How are you dumb? Because you talk to goblins. It just
No, we're not dumb. We're just we like to confuse.
I
our
don't
enemies.
totally disagree with you, Blake, but I was just asking the question. How are you dumb?
No, we
That
like to
was
confuse our
fun.
enemies.
What was that? I think somebody's trying to say something. Okay, go
I
ahead.
think that was. I think it was me interrupting Blake again. Sorry, Blake.
That's fine.
So what was you saying?
Lost it.
Oh, no worries, no worries.
Oh, lost it. Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's
So
fine.
somehow this came to negotiating. They would do something for if he would help. I don't know. They mentioned an ogre or something.
Yes, they sat there and said maybe this guy can kill the ogre. And then
That was
I was
great.
like, oh, I can take down an ogre.
That was the idea, Dave. This is kind of an experiment, and we're going to see how it goes. But it sounds so far so good. Oh, cool. We're on the TV.
Awesome. Hello, TV land.
Hello, TV land.
Oh, I remember the orc. I remember it very
Oh.
well.
This was fantastic, guys. Okay, so our group probably could not have taken out an ogre by ourselves. However,
No, we triple teamed him.
oh my goodness. Okay, so
That ogre was about to mess you guys up.
totally was. So
Oh yeah.
the goblin got the ogre's attention by saying, I don't know, something like "you're an asshole" or
They
something.
insulted him.
They insulted the ogre and blamed it on
Really
Brug. He said it.
They pointed at Brug and said, "He said it."
Yes. So,
So
the
I
ogre.
step in.
No, hang on. The ogre comes out. The first critical hit on him was from Cat. Cat has a ring of invisible. No, he can become invisible. He's got a familiar that allows him to become invisible. Anyways, he's invisible, so he wasn't seen, and he back attacks the ogre and gets a critical.
Okay.
Well,
The ogre survived the critical even.
He did.
Then I.
It's
Oh, no.
not yours.
Go ahead,
Then-
Songbird. You want to pick it up from there?
Well, he
I-
Songbird
I
tripped-
stepped in and tripped the ogre with my tail.
No, that wasn't what happened next. I back attacked him after that. And then
Okay,
he-
I can't remember
yeah.
exactly when the turn order was, but I know that if it weren't for me tripping the ogre, we wouldn't have been
Okay.
able to finish it in one round.
Cat back attacked the ogre. The ogre turned around to see who hit him. I back
Yes.
attacked the ogre next.
Yes.
And then you
And
came
then
in
you
and
tripped
knocked him
him.
down with your tail. And then
Yes,
Kawa
you
came
tripped
in
him,
for the kill.
and then Kawa came in and did the final kibosh on the tripped ogre.
I agree with Dave's assessment. An ogre and an orc and a GM walked into a tavern.
Yeah, it was the ogre went, huh? Because he had got back attack, turning his back to Brug, and Brug's all, well, I hit him.
And then I got a crit.
And you got a crit. That was awesome. And then Luna Songbird said, I used my tail and whack him. Did you get a crit too? I don't remember.
I think I did.
Yeah, it was like 3 crits in a row.
Yeah, there was 3 crits in a row on this ogre.
He literally had no chance. He fell flat on his back, and I can't remember who finished him off.
Kawa jumped up and yes.
Awa, you want to?
Kawa jumped on him.
Sogra? Blake?
Yeah, it was awesome. We all just collectively ganged up on the ogre and finished
Kawa
him
ate
so
his face.
easily.
And the ogre was completely surprised and was like, "What's going on? I'm dead."
Right? So then Kawa's standing on top of the ogre, And these goblins decided they do not want to mess with us, and they left.
They ran.
Okay, they ran while we were attacking the ogres.
Ogre was like, "Holy crap! Did the Avengers just hit?"
Right?
Yeah.
It was great
Yeah.
It's the Avengers.
because it was great because we were all watching each other, and we got Cat going critical, and then we got Brug. He's all, dude, critical, and then we got Luna. Let's go! It was so great.
Came up coup de
And
grace.
then Kawa just did the final kibosh. Whack! So then we decided to.
awesome.
That was way awesome. So then we decided to check out the ogre's quarters and see what cool stuff he had in his place. I think one of the pieces of the I think one of the pieces of the hammer was in there.
Yep,
Yeah,
it was.
you took it.
So as we're kind of looking around, my character finds, which by the way, the only thing I was really doing was standing there in shock because I had no idea what the heck. Anyway, no, I actually found a secret door. I did. I found a secret door and I opened it up and found a bunch of goblins in a kitchen dining area or something. I'm not really. There was. Oh, no, there was a.
That was the day the ogre discovered he was not the main character.
That's funny. No, I think it was the main living room because there was like female goblins with babies.
Yep.
Anyways, I stuck my head in and I was being sneaky. Okay? I was being sneaky, guys. And they didn't notice me.
All around the corner of the three heads thing was so awesome.
Right? So I was being sneaky and I was going to back out and close the door so I don't disturb these goblins. However, Rug got curious and had his big, huge rhino head pop in, followed by Kawa, who put their big wolf head in the crack, which scared all the goblins.
This is where the Kool-Aid Man came in.
Oh yeah!
Kool-Aid Man!
And they all kind of just ran into the other area where their leader was. And then we started talking with the leader, and it was cool for a bit. At first,
okay.
he was like,
We had something so epic.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so the entirety of the goblin clan managed to back themselves up into a single room with one door.
To the chieftain's room, yeah.
and at first they were ready to go at us and sitting there telling us to leave and all this. And I was like, I took care of your ogre. And they were like, we will leave.
Okay. I had a plan.
You're
to
right.
lock them in this door and leave them there. But nobody in the party wanted to do that.
That's
They had this full-on, really good, cool negotiation going on,
Oh, it's totally
Yeah.
and they had totally negotiated.
true. They decided to make a
I was
negotiation.
doing my best.
There was
And
peace.
Cat,
We were,
everything was,
yes.
we were going to let them go and everything was going to be fine.
Yeah.
But then suddenly,
I was the one heading it too. Then Cat came in and cut the head off of the goblin chieftain. And
So
I
there we
still have
were.
yet to break him back for that.
Cat
Like I said,
turned himself invisible.
yes. So there we were, negotiating peace with goblins. Personally, I didn't think it was a good idea, but you know, whatever.
I
And
was
they
the
were
one
gonna
doing
leave.
the
It was working.
negotiating.
It was working, and they were gonna leave. And I guess my brother got bored
yeah,
because
got bored.
he invisibly slit the chieftain's throat.
You hear Red's back here saying, "I didn't trust him."
I didn't trust him. And sliced his head off, causing the goblins to panic, and they decided to attack us. Hey, cool gamer.
Well, they had no choice. At that point, you killed their leader.
It was
They thought you were going to kill them too. They
pandemonium.
thought you lied. They thought you did the Gork and Goblin thing, and then you negotiated and then lied and then started killing them. You know, that's what they thought.
Well, that's kind of true. That's kind of true.
I don't associate with Cat.
The horny bard does not represent us.
Yeah, so pandemonium broke out, and this mass battle between them and 30 goblins just erupted, and they were, oh man.
Just so you guys know,
They damn near
Clearly.
died is what happened.
a miracle happened and we lived.
Yeah, we almost lost. What was it? Kawa and Luna.
Brug was dropped. Our big guy was dropped. Actually, you guys are both the big guys. The wolf and the rhino are our two big guys.
Yay! There's
Yay!
a song.
Camera!
All right.
Yay! Hello, Luna.
Small bird. All right. I'm up to myself. I'm gonna do this. Man. There we go. Now my world is looking better.
So, anyways, our two big guys got dropped. And us mages had to come up with something clever to kill the goblins. We actually let whatever run away. And by the way, our two NPC companions actually came in at this point and helped rescue us too. Turns out Bob, even though he couldn't wear his armor properly, is actually a pretty decent swordsman.
And we wouldn't find out until we moved on to the next module why.
True. However, he is now in a Bob bag.
He is
Vagabond.
a corpse.
Yep, we have a bag of Bob. We have a bag of Bob right now that we're carrying around.
We will explain later.
They have a bag of Bob bag. It's a Bob bag. Your camp hat.
Because of the shirt I'm wearing.
Cool.
I'll be right back, guys.
It's an official Percy Jackson Camp Half-Blood t-shirt
Oh, I might be
for
called
the
away.
show first.
I've been waiting on a phone
Release.
call all afternoon. So.
So I'm like, so I'm really into like Percy Jackson right now.
Oh,
Because
fun.
I'm wearing the Cap Half-Blood shirt.
I need to get into
the
that.
TV series was great. The movie wasn't bad. The movies weren't bad, but the TV series was great.
Yeah, the TV series was a lot closer to the book in the ways that were most important.
Bob is dead.
And they actually even made some changes to the original plot that worked out really well. I loved it. But reading the books ruined the movies for me.
It happens, yeah. So guys, after the goblin encounter, we ended the session there, and then the next week we came back, and you guys continued to explore the cave. What happened then?
I think it was because there were some goblin babies that we had to do something
You
with.
adopted the goblin babies, and then they went
then they ran
missing
off and
later.
Something
They ran
happened.
off and died.
You guys were tracking them to try and find out what happened to them.
Yeah, we ended
Yeah.
up going into hobgoblin territory, and then we took out the hobgoblins in vengeance because they took all the babies and ate them. They took the babies and ate them, and we were like, no thank you.
Yeah. So then I was there trying to negotiate with this hobgoblin and chieftain, so that way we might go on our own way, because we nearly died at that point. We needed to leave. But then Cat came in yet
like,
again
I'm bored, and slit
and
the throat of the
decided
hobgoblin.
to try and
lady.
hit something.
Yeah, that's when you ran into.
I'm good at negotiating peace with authority figures, but no, Cat always has to come in.
That's when you ran into the hobgoblin.
And so he goes in, tries to kill all of us, except
And
for me, who actually showed the Hobgoblin King respect.
And his Bengals. He had these three
And then-
bodyguards. That's actually the module, but I made them a little bit different.
Yeah.
I gave him leather armor, and I made him actual bodyguards instead of just his concubines.
Yeah, once I saw that my friends were being attacked by his concubine bodyguards, I said, I thought, screw it, and stabbed the Hobgoblin King in the back as he was passing me.
I'm going to negotiate peace until my teammates start killing everybody.
Until my teammates are killing everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the size of it.
Basically, yes. Because that's twice now. Twice I've negotiated peace.
Successfully.
But then the teammate decides to kill somebody.
I don't care about peace. I just care about murder.
I care about getting out alive.
That too. We were literally almost out of there. Like we were like.
They had decided at this point that they were done exploring this. They finished up the rooms around the hobgoblins after this battle, and then they decided they were done. And so they started to head outside, and apparently somebody noticed that the goblins were missing.
And so they started to gather, and we're about to pull some shit
Oh.
on us.
David said something really good. A brief team meeting to get everybody on the same page would have helped. I tried! I truly tried! But Cat is never on the same
Okay,
page as
well,
everybody else.
This is perfect because this was a new group of players. There was also a new group of characters to each other. So they were role-playing the way characters were reacting to each other. So it was perfect. And so it made for a lot of chaos, but then they came together in each situation and won the day. Well, see, when they came outside, before they left, and they like looked out the cave, and there's like a minotaur. And you guys tell them. You guys tell them. What did you guys
We
see?
saw that, and we were like, oh shit, we gotta go. And Cat decides to make a distraction while invisible to help us run. But it didn't go so well. I forget what happens afterwards. It was kind of like all chaos. All I know is that we ended up escaping, and Bob died, and
I know exactly how Bob died. That was a very vivid memory for me.
He thought you guys were done for. So he decided he was going to sacrifice himself and go take on the Minotaur as a distraction for you guys to escape.
And I saw this, and I'm like, I can fly, I
He
can
had a
carry him.
plan to start
I
a fire.
swoop in, grab him, and try to fly off with Bob. But then the Minotaur chases us, leaps up, and we get skewered by his horn.
He gored you out right out of the sky. It was an epic moment. And then they crashed.
It was epic.
Bob used his body as a shield to make sure Hardcover can live.
Yeah, Bob saved
Which I
Hardcover,
barely did.
but Bob was definitely slain. He was crushed.
Yeah, he was dead, gone. Bye-bye, nicest human and Hardcore ever met.
Never really met or got to know.
But, then Kawa came in and tried to help out and flew in on the back of her giant hummingbird, which I don't think we mentioned at this point. Kawa's got a mount. That's how Kawa flies.
We did mention the mount, but we kind of just
Glossed over it. It's a badass way to go out. You guys go ahead. I'm going after that Minotaur, yeah?
It is a badass way to go out.
Well, they found out why later on, but we'll get into that. Anything you want to add there, Blake, about your epic moment here in this badass battle?
What was it? I had Bobo with me, and we
Ben
ended up
was
being...
playing a little monkey dude named Bobo that had some of the funniest comments
Oh
in
my
there.
God.
We didn't really need to bring up the sock.
the sock or the Coltic.
The
No,
Coltic.
we didn't.
So
We
these
needed.
people now-
You forgot about the Coltic.
Well, it's easy to forget about something that was really tiny. Apparently, it also changed genders and became pregnant.
Oh my word, it was hilarious. Like, I was stuck in the trap room with a ceiling that's just straight up, with a floor that was going to crush me against spikes that are in the ceiling.
all out Temple of Doom style Indiana Jones.
Yes.
Yeah, Bobo
So
and
I'm
Kawa were all...
just sitting there trying to claw my way out of the door, trying my best not to panic. Oh, while the others try to get me out, and there's a magical circle room. I almost stepped in. I was so
We're not
close to
hearing
stepping
you.
into that circle.
I don't know. Your mic is on. I pop out and pop back in.
I was so close to stepping into that circle. It was nuts.
A lot happened. That was crazy.
Yeah, but just before I did,
That was all before
I
going outside and having
Taking
this
Kit managed to get the trap to deactivate the trap so I could get out.
And then they threw a tick that they had gathered into this circle that basically
Just to see what it does.
it cultized people and put them in little robes. And so you had this miniature tick with these miniature cult robes. It was hilarious.
It was so gross but so funny.
It was typical Logan style of a game.
Yeah.
I actually
It was
kept the
awesome.
tick for a solid while.
Have I returned?
Well, yeah, I think so.
Nope.
Yeah, there you are. Let me see what's going on with your mic.
What does this button do? There wasn't a button. It was just somebody walking through the door for some reason.
I
Triggered
lifted
it.
a pillow and then it happened.
in the Hobgoblin Chieftain's seat. Okay, yeah, we can hear you, Tiger.
I have returned.
I have an echo.
I have an echo,
Okay.
and that's weird.
No, I don't have an echo.
No, I don't have an echo, but a delay.
Yeah, it's a delay on my screen.
Yeah, it's a delay.
Okay,
Weird.
so all that happened before they went outside with the epic showdown with the Minotaur,
Yes.
including the sock. They found a sock, and for some reason they had to make all these nasty jokes about sock.
Oh man, we spent like a good 20 minutes on that nasty sock.
It was just a regular sock. It wasn't nasty. Well, it was
Okay,
kind of
okay.
nasty, not in the way we were using.
The description was
Old dirty sock. That's
yes.
found
The
into the
description
flower.
was we found an old dirty sock. Okay, the players added to it.
Argyle. Mm,
Players decided. to stick with them.
Argyle.
Yes, we decided to make it nastier because it was funny. We're like, what the heck? What's the sock doing here? What the heck? This is weird.
Yeah.
And the funny part is, they went outside, they confronted the Minotaur. Kyle went over and had, they had this epic battle, and then they all escaped and in various ways managed to get back.
Yes, we had to split the party to escape successfully.
And
Yeah.
I'll go back to the Keith, and we're gonna kind of end this discussion here because then they went on into a different module, which we'll talk about. If
There was a
everybody wants to
big
join us next
argument
month,
happening
Um,
when they found my character unconscious. It was hilarious.
Next month on the 7th of August, I wouldn't mind all of us getting together again if you guys are willing, and hopefully Ben and Red will join us too. We had started playing another module called
Yes.
Assault on Raven.
How is David knowing things about our module when we did this at home?
I don't know. He's awesome. He's just good like that.
I think he's played the module before,
Yeah, he has played
but
But the sock has nothing to do with the module, remember?
No, David's a riot.
no,
we
he's
love
talking
his.
about the. Oh, I had a time for every
No,
time.
David's
Oh
a
my
riot.
God, the sock.
He's hilarious.
we're gonna kind of round things out here, and we're gonna go around, and I'm gonna have everybody give you like your final assessment.
We did manage to tell the Castellan, you guys are fucked. Bye.
And then you took another quest from the Castellan. So
Yeah, he wanted us to warn some other place that ended
yeah,
up.
we're gonna be talking about Assault on Raven's Ruin next month, as RPG takes number 6 in August. So.
Cool.
But you guys have already started playing, and it's a minis game, so they already got to experience miniatures, which is a lot of fun. So
Yes.
we'll be talking about that kind of stuff too. But Jake, since you popped up there up first, what is your assessment of playing Keep on the Borderlands this time go around? Because you guys barely scratched the surface of what Keep on the
Yeah, we
Borderlands.
very much scratched the surface. I remember our last session, we totally demolished Keep on the Borderlands the last time we did it, but this time we had to run
Well,
away.
that's because
and
we
it
did
was
it smart and we did it one cave at a time and we didn't alert the entire cave system.
And then after we got like the hobgoblins on our side, I accidentally dominated the hobgoblins in our last the last
Well,
time.
that was funny.
That was a
And,
completely different session, though, but-
We had this badass moment where the archer of that group shot the Minotaur in the heart, so it made the entire thing trivial.
Yes, sir, Dave. We've had one session with the minis, and hopefully we'll be finish that module. I'll be able to talk about it next time.
But anyway, this time around, it was a lot different, and I'm actually really enjoying how it came out because it was definitely, we were out of our depth in this for sure. And
well, I wanted to keep it as traditional as possible for this game and this discussion that we had planned. So
it's a hard module if you don't know what you're doing. And it's not that I didn't know what I was doing. I'm just playing a character that really doesn't know what they're doing.
Me too, Dave. I love it.
And stealth is not really his thing. So he just kind of trumps his way through everything. And everyone was like, put him in the front, because he's also the trap checker.
Well, he's our tank.
That too.
Plus he's not quiet.
All right. Anything else you want to
It
add?
was a very interesting take on on the Borderlands, and I had a lot of fun with everyone. And I can't wait to do more with this group. This has been really awesome.
It's not chaotic, but it's been awesome.
It is a little chaotic. Our group is a little chaotic. We need Bob back.
I think we were more of a party in the next module. When you guys started playing Assault on Raven's Ruin, you guys were more together as a group. That's for sure.
I believe our group is the very definition of chaos.
What's funny is you came up against a chaos cult. That's what's funny.
That is funny.
All right, who wants to go next?
Okay. I'll go.
All right.
Alright, so again, I've literally never played a pre-made module before, so that was a fun experience. I look forward to the next one. But for reference, I love Kit and Kat. As a player, I love Kit and Kat as characters. I think they're really fun. But as the player of Hardcore, screw Kat! I am gonna prank him at the first available moment that I get next module.
He's right behind me listening, so cool.
Good.
Okay, Savage.
Good. No, I'm not listening.
We're eating people now?
Yeah, that was Bobo. Yeah. And outside team building
Yeah,
may
wait
help.
until he finds out what the prank is.
That's some good advice, Dave. An offside, we kind of met for a barbecue. So.
Yeah.
So
I was largely clueless most of the game. Both me and Hardcore. I had no idea what was happening at the time, but I still had a lot of fun
We'll wrap this up.
when I was actually able to keep up with what was going on.
All right, anything else you want to add?
Yeah, this was it was the toughest roleplay I've ever done, and I nearly died twice. This was more difficult than the actual TPK I was a part of.
All right, so Blake, do you want to go last or you want to go next?
I don't care.
Okay, well, let's have you pop up because we know Tiger's going to have a bit to say.
Hey.
Alright, like just kind of closing thoughts for me. I've only played like a couple games, period, like during high school and stuff, so that's been several years ago at this point, but it's been really fun to get back into, and it's been a good solid for like socializing, and all of the characters are really fun, and the interactions are great. It's definitely been like really helping me with like social anxiety and whatnot as well. But like, yeah, it was very fun to go through, even though like the first 2 or so games that we ever did, I was still trying to figure things out. But it was a blast.
Well, I'm glad you joined our group, and I appreciate you as a person and a player, and I'm glad you decided to hang out with us and enjoy our madness on Saturdays.
Sure.
Anything else you want to say or add?
We hope to see you this Saturday.
Yes. Anything else you want to add there, Blake?
Oh, no.
All right. That'll take us to the Tiger.
Meowdy meowdy.
Blah. Subscribe to Tiger.
No! Stop that!
Yeah, you know, if you click on their name and then they could have a blue wrench, you can.
No, don't do it! Don't do it! Aww. David S. is giving you a digital hug. Blake.
Thank you.
Anyways. I have played Keep on the Borderlands probably more than Jake has for sure. We have taken it on several times. I don't remember ever incurring the wrath of the whole valley before. That was new in this run.
Well, it can very easily happen. It could have in any session we played.
True. I know that for a fact. Usually, when we've played with other gamers, we try to take this, and it's the best way to do it, stealthy. You're trying to not wake the rest of the, because they are working together. There's a whole bunch of goblinoids, and they are working together in an uneasy alliance. We have, on multiple occasions, gotten one group of goblinoids to fight another group of goblinoids to get rid of them. So that's a good strategy to do. But yes, this was definitely the first time we went, we woke up everybody, and now we have to, like, run.
And suffer the consequences.
This was definitely the first time we've ever had to run. But it was good. It was fun. And yeah, when we got to the, I kind of felt bad because we showed up with the castle and we're like, yeah, there's like, you're right. There's a whole bunch of goblinoids working together. They're now gathering and are going to come here and kill you all. We're going to go now. So bye. It's hilarious.
And so the castle got you to take a message somewhere else to get some help.
If they live.
All right, anything you want to add?
No, not really. I mean, this is a good module for people who want to. It's not an easy module. It's not like it's for beginning characters and stuff like that. But I think for the ref, they should be a little bit more of an experienced ref for this module.
Even though it's supposed to be for introductory game masters.
It is. They say that, but I feel like the complexities of this particular module could be a bit overwhelming for a brand new ref. Like, honestly.
It's a possibility.
Unless you run the caves where they absolutely
able to run it.
Well, unless you run the caves as written and they don't, they don't wake up all the other tribes or whatever and gather them out. Because that's when it gets really hard for a new ref to have to deal with all these different goblinoid clans. So I personally would not have a new ref run this one as a first module, to be honest.
Yes, I disagree. Anything else you want to add?
As for new players, however, go for it.
Oh, yeah. All right. I'm going to take us out here. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I appreciate you as players and as my friends. I had a great time running this for you guys, and
I love playing this.
Of all the times,
yeah, this was awesome.
This was the most unique experience, and what I love about role playing in games in general is how different each adventure can run, even though it's the same module. It can be played the same way, sure, but it never can be played the same way exactly twice. And I agree, David. Great chat, everyone. Thank you in the chat for participating. I enjoyed talking to you tonight. Keep on the Borderlands was the first module I ever played as a D&D player. A buddy of mine introduced me to gaming through this adventure right here, through the D&D basic box set. And the first thing I ever bought was the D&D expert set with the Isle of Dread. And that was brought up in the chat as well. So for my part, this was a unique experience as a game master and as a player. And I had a great group of players, and we had a lot of fun. And I definitely want to continue this group of players and running just D&D adventures or AD&D modules too. I want to just old classic modules. I want to keep running them for this group and then chatting about them if you guys are willing. Every month, once a month, we get together and chat. Now, you guys, I'm gonna play a video here to end out the show. And if you guys want to hang out backstage and talk, that's cool. If not, you guys can just pop out, and we'll see you on Saturday, I hope. Because I want to continue Assault on Raven's Ruin. But thank you, everyone who watched and enjoyed the chat, and everybody who in the chat who participated. Thank you so much. No worries. Jess, you said you were watching on TV, so it's all good. It's all good, Jess. I'm glad you were here. And thank you if you're watching the replay. I'm supposed to mention the memberships and all that. You guys can do that if you want to help support the channel, and we appreciate it. But that's all it is for you guys to support the channel. Super chats, do that. Thank you, Jess, for your super chats tonight. We appreciate it every time, even if it's just a little bit. We don't care. It's a nice gesture, and we know that you're trying to support the channel, and we thank you for that. So do all that YouTube stuff, the like and subscribe, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. And we'll see you next time. Tomorrow night, we're going to be doing Fridays from the Hill.
Fridays from the Hill.
Hot is what we're doing. Full take winner. So we'll be talking about that tomorrow night. And it's Tim Burton and Gothic Horror Month, so we're having a good time. And all month long, we'll be playing Beyond the Miasma Veil. Got 3 more sessions of that, so we should have a good time. And we are. The first session was great. We'll be talking about that in After Action Report tomorrow night. So,
Tomorrow night. Yep.
So thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Like I said, players, you can hang out, and backstage we can chat if you want, or take off. That's cool too. So on that note, we'll see you next time.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye. Toodaloo.
The call has gone out. Adventurers are needed on the edge of the kingdom. Rumors of chaos chime. So gather your steel, your spellbook, your courage. The Borderlands away. From the keep where the lanterns burn low, past the old road where the brambles still grow, steel on my hip and a map in my hand, I walked into tales I could scarce understand. The caves, they were whispering deep in the trees, with goblins and worse riding fast on the breeze. But the thrill in my chest was too strong to ignore, so I knocked on the dark and kicked open the door. Raise your blade, let the wild winds roar. We were lads with no clue what our steel was for, but we fought, aye, we bled, and we swore we'd return with gold in our packs and the wisdom we'd earned. We were young, we were bold, and we left in the dark, out from the keep, chasing the spark. There were signs in the stone and the chanting of air, candles that flickered though no soul was there. We went for the silver, we stayed for the sound of whispers and wonders below the ground. Something was watching behind all those eyes, but we never looked back, and we never asked why. Raise your blade, let the wild winds roar. We were lads with no clue what our steel was for, but we fought, aye, we bled, and we swore we'd return with gold in our packs and the wisdom we'd small flame for the lessons we